again. I haven't been up here for a while. Been doing other things, tackling some projects around the house. So there. This morning I want to do something a little different. I'm going to do a pick a card. So today is Tuesday. I almost said February. July the 19th. Okay, I haven't looked at the weather. Got several things I need to do today. So, okay, let me just see how that is faring in the whole scope of things. And I've got 3 crystals here. So we might use those too. I might incorporate those. Okay. There's our 3 cards. Now, and I'm going to do these practically the same way. How is everybody? Hopefully doing well. Faring through all of the rain. Love me a good rainstorm, but I think we've had enough rain. Okay, I think I saw one backwards. Last big girl shuffle. I'm going to do this just for a little bit. No, not doing that. I'm going to do it a different way because it doesn't help if you see the cards and a pick a card, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is take one for above, one for below, and that would be like the issue, what's going on, and the solution, or something to that effect. Or I'll just read them, who knows. Okay, and then we may do a clarifier in there. I'll keep that open. Okay. Now, there is your choices, 1, 2, or 3. And I'll give you a couple minutes to look at those and figure that out. Been doing a little painting in the house. I'm just killing some time here. That deep in cup number 2. Little painting in the house, trying to make it genuinely mine. And that'll take time just because of this really tall ceilings. Let's see. But I have time now. That's the thing. What's everybody doing today? have no idea what the weather's going to be like. Tired of the rain, though. Yep. Because I like me some sunshine. I was reading a post this morning. I think Jessica did it. That said that staring at a flame is good for your third eye. It helps open it up. It helps increase our psychic abilities and our intuition and that sort of thing. And it makes sense because our pineal gland is enriched by light. And that's one theory, I think, behind the conspiracy theory that the government is playing around with weather. I've noticed that people say that after a launch, it rains for 8 days or so many days or whatever. And I would think that if all of those conspiracy theories are true, then keeping it cloudy and limiting sunlight would be something that they would want to keep us from opening our third eyes. So, you know, to see beyond and be able to ascend, that kind of thing. Okay, enough of that. Here are the piles. This is fluorite, this is raw rose quartz, and this is clear quartz, and it also has a spot of red in it, as you can see. He's one of my favorite crystals. He's very sweet, and I work with him a lot. Okay, I'm going to put these aside. For number one, we have temperance, which is all about balance and maintaining equilibrium. We have the 5 of Cups, and we have the 6 of Rods. 5 of Cups is all about looking at what you've lost, instead of what you still have, you know, that you're not focusing on. And I think once we do that and we stop going through that cycle of really hyper focusing on what's gone and not what's left behind, we will have, you know, triumph over this. I know with myself, I've lost quite a bit of weight since January, and I like the weight loss, and I see what I'm left with is, you know, crepey skin, because that's what happens. You just have to tone it up. You have to see what the potential is here of, you know, doing some workouts and maybe toning up everything, and then things won't look so crepey. And I know I see it more than everybody else. When I talk about it to one of my friends, they're always like, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. So, yeah. And we tend to not see ourselves in the same light as everyone else. And that's fine. You know, we don't have the same perspective on ourselves as everyone else. So, there you have it. It's just my lame example of that. So, maintain your balance. See what's left. Sometimes we go through issues and have things happen where things in the house break down. Well, then it turns out to be an easy fix. So we need to focus on the easy fix rather than the, oh my God, I can't believe this broke. Okay. And we have fluorite with that. So this is the focus stone. So it just depends on where our focus is aimed in relation to whether it's not going to be a triumph. We can celebrate anything and be grateful for everything, because that's what the universe understands is our focus. And if we focus on things that are broken and lacking, then we're going to attract more of that into our lives. If we focus on gratitude and what we still have and being grateful for that and seeing things as a blessing, and even if it's a blessing in disguise, you know, yes, somebody bumped our car and we have a dent, but we got a little more from the insurance settlement than we thought we would, and we can use that for you know, maybe an outstanding bill or something. There's a blessing in the disguise there. Hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody, but you get my drift. Okay, the next card we have is the Tower. And above that we have the Nine of Rods. And below it we have the Nine of Swords. We also have the Raw Rose Quartz, and I'm drawn to the edges on this, the rough, sharp, pointy, with rose quartz being all about love and self-love. No matter what catastrophe, how big or how small that we go through, it can be something that, you know, just is an irritation to something that really rattles us, in the loss of a pet or the loss of a loved one or the loss of a friendship. You know, that happens too in life. Sometimes we get caught up in details and lose sight of why we have these people in our lives and what they mean to us. And it's a shame that that happens, but you know, it's the fact of life. And with this type of a thing, we have to focus on self-care. We have to focus on being the best version of us that we can be. We have to work through the loss and work through the things that happen in such a way that we give it a push in the right direction, again, towards gratitude. Doing the best that we can with what we have. Universe understands that sort of thing. Universe, spirit, God, source, whatever you want to call it. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst is what I always try to do. Sometimes I'm better at it than others. I'll admit I'm still working this thing called life myself, so I don't have it all together. But I am giving it a good shot. Being able to sit inside your head and go, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this? Why are you feeling this way? What is making this, you know, such a priority with you right now? That kind of thing helps us work through the anxiety and the, for lack of a better word, paranoia of the day, just to examine ourselves. And, you know, both of these cards are pretty much sitting alone. But we have to understand that we do have friends in life. I mean, there's not just one person falling here, there's two. And that brings me to a verse from the Bible that goes, if one can put 1,000 to flight and two can put 10,000 to flight, how many can a multitude, you know, put away? So if we have agreement with friends to work with us on things, whether we're feeling anxious at the moment or we have a lack of focus at the moment, or, you know, we might need some help doing a road opener, opening some things up for us, finding out what's going on. You know, am I just in a season of recalculation, or am I in a season of karma? Am I my own worst enemy right now? That kind of thing. So, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to trusted friends. And I say trusted because not everybody in this world has your back. And sadly enough, you know, we all find out at some time or another people who are undermining us and going behind the scenes and planting thoughts of doubt with our closest people. That's horrible for them to do. And if that's what's happening, then you need to be cutting off some people. You need to be setting some boundaries and doing that last push to get things straightened out so that it does change. Nines are numbers that are near conclusion. You know, you're coming upon an ending, which is the 10. And it's at a close. So if you have, gone through the season of change, whether it's good changes or bad changes, just know that it's coming to an end. Just hang in there, okay? Hang in there. Do some self-love. Love your friends. Spend some time with your friends. We got to do that Sunday afternoon, and it was much needed. I'm one of those people, I go from intense times of alone to intense times of many people around me. And there is a balance there. But sometimes you just need some one-on-one time with somebody, you know? And don't forget that too. All right, here we go. The last one is justice. And we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Six of Coins, and we have rose quartz. It almost feels like this one should have been here, but the rose quartz does fit better there. With justice, this is a balance. This is something that's due. And this stone has always been my wounded stone, with the little red mark in there, almost like he's got a bloody spot, a wounded area. And he's always my go-to when I'm hurting in my body or in my heart, either one. And I always slip him into David's hand when David's hurting in an area. This feels almost like it's about a couple or a close friendship. And my eye is drawn to the sword, and almost a warning to be careful with our tongue here, that we've gotten to a place where one partner in this friendship or relationship, this love relationship, needs to have some balance. And it's a tedious thing, not tedious, it's a tender area, okay? It's a delicate area when we see someone doing something that's going to be potentially harmful to them, and we can give advice with the sword in a harmful way, in a cutting way, because our tongues can cut, words can cut deep, and there's a balance there. There feels like there's been a lot of abundance in this relationship or this friendship, because we have the Six of Coins, which is an abundant card, but we also have that scale too, that we balance that. Tread carefully with a good friend. I'm thinking about a song. It's all about words cutting. It's from the 80s or 90s, so I can't remember the name of the song, but I remember I can hear this guy singing it. And I don't know the name, so, but being careful, because words do cut, especially in a friendship where you feel like they should have your best interest at heart and your back, and especially if you don't see things eye to eye and you're giving advice in the alternative area or in the other direction. Take care of that. Excuse me. Choose words carefully, because you don't want to damage a friendship or a relationship with harsh, harmful words. And that's easy to do in a family or in a close relationship, because we feel like we can, say it in a way that we don't have to cut corners, we don't have to mince words. And yes, there are friendships like that. But in the immediate hearing of the harsh stuff, it may cut a little bit. Be sure to smooth over and lick those wounds also. Temper the harsh reality with some soothing. All right, there we have it. And I hope this something resonates with someone. If it does, take it and run with it. If it doesn't, keep scrolling. All right, y'all have a good day. Enjoy the journey. Blessed be.